Hello there, welcome to Monkey Run Collective, and today's little video is all about this. This is the Riot. It's a 3D printed blaster designed by Chance, who has done a series of blasters, the Free Runner, the Blitz, Bruiser, the Crush, all different things. But quite a few blasters in this style. I think the Free Runner and the Blitz were kind of in this style. The Free Runner being a kind of manual lever action pusher, and the Blitz being a solenoid pusher, and this is the kind of big brother to the Blitz. This is called the Riot. So this also has a solenoid pusher, but it just has a much beefier flywheel cage and achieves much higher FPS. So this little powerhouse blaster is, it's quite chunky, it's quite heavy, it's got a good weight to it, but it is kicking out. If you throw the picture up of my figures, I've got an average of 199 FPS out of this. That's using used darts. They were mainly worker Gen 3s, a few other darts mixed in there, all being used. Actually, the darts I dart swept from an event this weekend that we were just at, so they've all been used darts and been in a field and trodden on and fired, and yeah, 200 FPS average coming out of this. Couple of shots over 200. I think my lowest shot was about 189, but pretty much bang on in the 190s, and it's super snappy, solenoid pusher. So this runs a cage, and it is a kind of band blasters geometry cage, so that's why it's super high crush, and it has the kind of super concave wheels on it. I don't know if we can see in there, there's a lot of dart dust coming out when it was firing. You could literally see plumes of dart dust coming out, and my chronograph was covered in dart dust after I'd finished. But it was fairly kind to the darts. I only lost a couple of dart heads. That was having put them through this a few times. I've just done several mags of plinking in the garden there, and yeah, out of that probably over 100 darts, I only lost a couple of heads at the end, which is pretty damn good because it's a really high crush and really throwing them out there. Accuracy wise, it's pretty good as well. I'd quite like to look into getting some kind of bit of maybe a bearings guard or something on this, just to hone it in a little bit. There's a few darts that just the power that's coming out of them, they're just a little bit off target, but I was nailing. It's from about 50 feet. My target's about 6 inches, and I was hitting it or in the vicinity of it with most shots. So if it was a person-sized target, I'd be pretty confident at hitting them at that kind of range. So it's pretty good. But yeah, I mean, Talon mag geometry, quite a tight mag well, nice and sturdy. As I say, this thing's quite chunky and quite heavy. It's quite a big handle, battery trays in the handle there. I've got quite a big 1000 milliamp 3S battery in there, and it just fits in. It might be better with a 900 millimeter, I'm not sure, 900 milliamp hour battery, but obviously wanted a higher capacity battery as possible, because obviously it's powered in the solenoid as well. I think the solenoid in here is an AliExpress solenoid. So this blaster was made by Fancy Impact Blasters, and I acquired it through a raffle they did at the event we were at locally, and it's just fantastic. Ross, who printed this, he wasn't entirely happy with the print on it. To myself, as a non-3D printer, I think it's absolutely fine, but to him as a professional 3D printer, he wasn't entirely happy with it, so that's why they kind of raffled it off relatively cheaply, and I was very lucky to win it, and I can't quite believe I won it. Actually, it was really cool. I remember when he posted this after building it, I thought, oh, that's just the power it was putting out and such the form factor. I was quite amazed by it. I've never seen such a small thing getting 200 FPS. I mean, I usually use my Siren Blink, which I think is quite small and compact for 200 FPS, but this just really is even smaller. So this is my usual go-to flywheeler for high FPS games, my Siren Blink, but yeah, you can see how much smaller this is, and it's got the same FPS. The only thing Blink has on it is the variable power on the Blink, which makes it quite good, and the variable rate of fire. But yeah, as I say, this is quite snappy. It's not quite brushless motor snappy, but they're not brushless motors. I think the motors are in it are also AliExpress motors, but they're the same spec as the Band Blasters motors. So yeah, they're quite snappy motors and really powerful. I would say the first shot's probably the longest one to get going, but once the motors are hot, it's super snappy and you can really quite fast pop off the shots. The solenoids really pop, pop, pop. And once the motors are hot and going, it's really good. So I mean, I think if you're in a situation where you rounded a corner and you just hit the rev trigger slightly, you've got two-stage trigger and there's quite a good stage. You can get it revved before you engage the solenoid clicker on it. So it's quite easy to rev it, pre-rev it, and then hit the solenoid. On the rest of the stroke of the trigger. The trigger's really so noisy, it's really loud. But yeah, the trigger's pretty responsive, so it's quite easy to rev up and get the motors hot and ready for action if you're anticipating that. Yeah, I would absolutely love to use this at the event we were just at the weekend. They had a kind of variable cap of 200 to 300. I was using my piston pump for 200 FPS games there. It was really good. But yeah, running something like this with a bag of mags and so tiny and small, it'd be absolutely hilarious fun. Such a powerhouse little blaster. So yeah, this is the Riot by Chase Chance. Anyway, so yeah, it's quite cool. It's got this kind of lime green slime effect on it, which I quite like. It's quite cool. All my blasters are kind of on a green theme, so this isn't a million miles away from my colour schemes that I use. So it'll fit quite well. Mel also really likes the look of this. I suspect next kind of high FPS event we go to, Mel might be using this. She really likes the look of it, and she really likes the one-stage trigger flywheel. The two-stage trigger flywheelers rather than a rev trigger. She just finds them a lot easier. So I reckon she might nick this next event we go to that we can use this at, but obviously it's quite spicy hitting the 200 FPS, so it's only going to come out for the higher FPS games. But anyway, massive thanks to Team Fancy Impact Blasters. Can't quite believe this. A really cool thing to have picked up. Definitely going to look forward to using it, hopefully sooner rather than later. But anyway, thanks for watching. Check us out. I'm just editing a video from the weekend event we were at there. It might be quite a long game kind of vlog video of the weekend, with lots of footage from lots of games. We had an amazing weekend. Players from all over the UK and came over from Europe. A couple of players from even over in the States who are currently in the UK and Europe. They came over to the game as well. We had new players, returning players, all the local regulars. It was a really amazing event. It was a kind of co-op event with ourselves, Fancy Impact Blasters and Foam on Tour. And yeah, it was just a really good example of the whole kind of Nerf community here in the UK coming together and just putting on an amazing weekend, and everyone left with a big smile on their face. It was great fun. So stay tuned. There should be a video for that coming out later this week once I've got all the footage edited. I've got a lot of footage to go through. It'll take me a bit of time, but anyway, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you followed here on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff, and catch you later.